What's going on, everybody? This is Master Salim of Progressive Taekwondo Academy, and welcome to Tap In Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. This weekend, those Progressive Warriors competed in the North Carolina AAU National Qualifier. They competed for an opportunity to go to the AAU National Tournament that's held this summer in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And so everyone qualified, and it was a good event. A lot of tough competitors. The state of North Carolina is really becoming stocked with a lot of talent, and I like it because as a coach, you always want to go to a tournament and you always want to have somebody for your students to move around with, and you always want to have somebody that's good that actually challenges them to move around with or to compete against. And the more talent that's in the state, the more opportunity is for them to test their skills and improve and challenge themselves, right? Because I hate easy wins. They just feed the ego, right? You can get a gold medal. A lot of kids get a gold medal, and they weren't even challenged at all. And so I like for my athletes to really earn it to get it, because at this age, I want to win first place, right? That my ego, right, as a coach, it looks good to say we got 5 gold medals, we got 7 gold medals. But at the end of the day, if they don't stay on top, right, win for a long time, then it's just a one-off. They might have got lucky. They might have had a good day, right? I'm looking for consistency, and I'm looking for them to be able to really build confidence and put themselves in a position where they're expected to win. Because going to a tournament and hoping to win is a lot different from going to a tournament and being expected to win. And that's a lot of pressure that you have to deal with, right? Going from just being able, just being somebody that's participating to somebody that's supposed to win. And I want them to be ready for that, that pressure. And so this weekend, we got a couple third places, a couple fights didn't go our way, a couple second places, a couple first places. But at the end of the tournament, I was watching the videos, watching the the forms, watching the sparring matches. As a coach, trying to figure out what I need to work on with them to help them get better, to help them get over the hump, to help them eliminate some mistakes that they made, help them win and become more consistent. But I also thought about what does it mean to win. Because usually when you're in North Carolina, and as coaches, there's always a friendly rivalry, because these are my guys, right? These right, we hold workshops together, we train together. Every time I sit across somebody in the chair, that especially if I know them, I want to win, right? Because they got a one up on me, and so I hate losing to people that I know. I hate losing, and let's say sometimes you can't help it, but it goes back and forth. And so we lost a couple close matches, and it really made me think when one of my students, Corey, she's an 8-year-old girl, yellow belt. This is her first tournament ever. She didn't really know what to expect. She's new to sparring, and it was a long day for her, right? She had to wait a long time. She was one of the last people to compete. It was one of those times where they're taking up the other mats while she's on the mat competing. And so, they were getting ready to shut everything down. And she lost a close match. She lost her first fight. But at the end of her match, I was looking at her to see how she was reacting, to see how she was going to handle the loss. And she was just sitting there smiling. Right? She was as happy as she could be. And it made me think, I'm like, man, I know she's competitive, right? I see it. She's the oldest of 3 sisters. I know she likes to win. But she was so happy and proud of herself that even though she lost, she was still in a good mood, right? She couldn't stop smiling. She enjoyed the moment. And really, that's what winning is. We always want to win a gold medal, right? It sounds good, first place, it looks good. It's a little shinier than the silver and bronze. But really winning is having fun, right? Winning is following through on your commitment. Winning is showing up and doing your best. Winning is not quitting and not giving up before you accomplish your goals. Winning is a lot more than winning first place, because as a competitor, you win some and you lose some, and you know that you won't win all of it all the time. And if you win all the time, then you're either great, or you're lucky, or you don't have any real competition, right? One of those three, and it could be a mixture of all three, but sometimes some people are just great, and some people just never have any real competition, right? And so also at the tournament, I was talking to a dad, right? His son competes against one of my students, Henry, and Henry he's a current youth AAU national team member. He's super talented, right? He kicks hard. He's only 10, and he's big, right? He's the same. I have a 10-year-old too, right? And Henry probably outweighs my son by 30 pounds. They used to be training partners, but he kicks too hard. And so I have to put Henry with the 12, 13, and 14-year-olds, and he's only 10. But he holds his own, and he doesn't back down, right? I don't even like moving around with Henry, because sometimes he kicks me and it stings a little bit. I'm like, okay, I understand what everybody else feels. And so this guy's son, he's always in Henry's division, right? They're the same age. They're both heavyweights, and they fight each other all the time. There may be about 3 or 4 times they fought each other since they've known each other, and they've might known each other for maybe a year and a half. And he was telling me that Henry is his son's mountain, right? He's the person that he's chasing, and I understood that, right? Because I've chased a lot of people myself, and I've told Henry before that this kid really wants to beat him and that he's chasing him, and we can't let him win, right? As a coach, we can't lose to him, right? If he beats us, he earns it. It's all right to lose, but we can't beat him, because the more you compete against somebody, when you hang out with somebody, right, a friendship develops, and you have to get used to fighting and beating your friends, kicking your friends in the face, and know that that's a part of the game, and it's not malicious, right? Even as training partners, you can't become better if your friendship with your training partners allows you to taper down on your training, or allows you to slack off or not go as hard as you want to be, to push yourself to be better, because pushing yourself to be better pushes them to be better. And so I told his dad, I'm like, they won't be in the same division forever. Just make sure he keeps showing up and he keeps doing his best. And I really respect that. I really like the kid, because he shows up all the time and he fights hard, right? Win or lose, he knows Henry's going to kick him in the head. Henry kicks everybody in the head, but he steps out there and he fights. He even kicked Henry in the head, him with a spin whip kick this weekend. I'm going to talk to Henry about that. But, right, because he enjoyed it. I watched the video, the crowd went crazy. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got to get that one back. But the win for him is not giving up, right? The win for him is standing in front of Henry and doing your best and maybe closing that gap, right? Not losing by as many points, winning 1 round, making the fight go 3 rounds, right? There's a lot of wins that he can take from his competition and him standing in front of Henry, even though he doesn't win the match. And for me, I told the dad, I'm like, I never won in juniors, right? I watched everybody win around me. I watched my little sister become national champion, right? Shout out Samar. I watched my best friend Seal, right? First time at nationals, step on the podium, silver medal. I watched my brother go to nationals, win, go to team trials. and I never won. I even watched people that I beat get on the medal stand before me in my division, and I'm like, I just beat that kid, and he's getting a medal. But that hunger allowed me to drive me to a point where I was never satisfied until right I was able to taste that sweet taste of victory. And once I tasted right, I was able to stay near the top or on the top of my division for the next 20 years. And if you ask me, I still feel like I'm top five if I'm really prepared, right? I don't know 5 people that can beat me in my division, any age, right? And so winning is right. You have to define winning for yourself, and so make sure you guys keep training hard. Make sure you guys enjoy the process, enjoy the opportunity to get better, enjoy the opportunity to stand in front of somebody else that's a champion and challenge yourself and win. This is Master Salim, Progressive Taekwondo Academy. Peace out and tap in.